Welcome back to Coin Clues. That penny in your pocket might look too new to be valuable, but collectors know modern coins can still carry rare mint errors worth big money. One of these pennies worth about near millions of dollars. The 2018 Lincoln penny is one of those coins that most people would never expect to be valuable. It looks modern, ordinary, and almost too common to matter. It may be sitting in a drawer, mixed inside a jar, or lying at the bottom of a car cup holder right now. Most people would see it and think, it's just 1 cent. But collectors know that modern coins can still hide serious secrets. The 2018 Lincoln cent carries Abraham Lincoln on the front, one of the most familiar portraits in American coinage. On the reverse is the Union Shield design, introduced in 2010. The shield represents national unity, and its vertical stripes connect to the strength of the federal government. It is a modern design, but it still carries a strong historical message. A normal 2018 Lincoln penny is made of copper-plated zinc and weighs about 2.50 grams. That weight is important because, after 1982, U.S. cents were no longer mostly copper. They became lighter zinc core coins with a thin copper coating. So when collectors examine a modern penny, weight becomes one of the first clues. And stay with this coin until the end, because the final price reveal shows why even a 2018 penny should not be ignored if it carries the right error and certification. The most important thing to understand about modern Lincoln pennies is this. They're produced in huge numbers, but high-volume production can still create mistakes. Blank planchets are prepared, copper-plated, cleaned, and sent into powerful presses. One die strikes Lincoln's portrait, and the other strikes the shield reverse. Every coin should come out perfect, but no minting system is perfect forever. One possible error is an off-center strike. This happens when the blank planchet is not properly centered between the dies. Part of the design shifts, and part of the coin may remain blank. If the date is still visible, collectors usually find it more desirable because the coin can be clearly identified. Another possible error is a plating error. Since the 2018 penny has a zinc core covered by a thin copper layer, sometimes the plating may bubble, peel, split, or expose the zinc underneath. Some plating issues are common, but dramatic examples can attract more attention. The key is knowing whether the issue happened during minting or after circulation. A wrong planchet error would be even more exciting. If a 2018 penny was struck on a blank mint for another coin, the weight, size, or thickness would not match the normal 2.50 grams. That kind of coin must be professionally authenticated, but if real, it can create serious collector interest. Collectors also search for die cracks, die chips, struck through errors, and unusual weak strikes. A struck through error happens when grease, cloth, or debris gets between the die and the planchet, leaving missing details or strange flat areas. On the 2018 Shield cent, collectors should inspect Lincoln's face, the date, the rim, the shield lines, and the lettering. Condition also matters. A scratched 2018 penny is usually just common pocket change, but a flawless-looking example with strong red color, clean surfaces, sharp details, and a real error can become much more interesting. Never clean the coin, because cleaning can destroy collector value. If you find a 2018 Lincoln penny, check the date first. Look at the edge, surface, shield, and Lincoln's portrait. Weigh it against 2.50 grams. Search for plating problems, off-center design, wrong planchet clues, die cracks, or struck through details. Most 2018 pennies are only worth face value, but a rare certified error coin with strong condition and collector demand can become a surprising modern treasure. And now comes the final price reveal. A rare 2018 Lincoln 1-cent penny error coin with the right minting mistake, condition, and certification could possibly reach around $82,100. The 2018 D Lincoln penny looks almost identical to the regular 2018 cent, but one tiny letter changes the story. That small D mint mark under the date tells us this coin was struck at the Denver Mint. To most people, it is still just a penny. But to a collector, that mint mark is the first clue. The Denver Mint produced millions of cents for circulation, and most 2018 D pennies are extremely common. They were made to be spent, not saved. They move through banks, stores, pockets, coin rolls, and change jars across the country. But when a coin is produced in massive numbers, even a small mistake can escape. Stay connected until the end, because the 2018 D Lincoln penny has a final price reveal that shows how powerful the right mint error can become. Like other modern cents, the 2018 D penny is made of copper-plated zinc and weighs about 2.50 grams. That weight matters because if a coin is too light, too heavy, too thick, or too thin, collectors begin asking questions. Is it damaged? Is the plating missing? Was it struck on the wrong planchet? The design is simple but meaningful. Lincoln's portrait appears on the front, and the Union shield appears on the reverse. The shield design was created to represent unity and national strength. But for collectors, the design also gives many places to search for errors. The shield stripes, the date, the mint mark, the rim, and the lettering. One possible error on a 2018 D penny is an off-center strike. If the planchet was not aligned correctly, the design may be shifted. A strong off-center strike with the date and D mint mark visible can be more desirable because it proves exactly what the coin is. Another important error is a plating issue. Modern zinc cents often show plating bubbles, splits, or exposed zinc. Many are minor, but strong plating errors can be interesting when they are clearly mint-related. A coin that looks silver-gray in spots may have exposed zinc, but collectors must be careful because damage can look similar. A struck through error can also make a 2018 D penny stand out. If grease or debris block part of the die during striking, parts of Lincoln's portrait, the shield, or lettering may appear weak or missing. This kind of error can be subtle, so good lighting and magnification help. The rarest possibility is a wrong planchet strike. If the 2018 D penny was struck on a blank mint for a different coin, the weight and size would not match. This is why comparing the coin to the standard 2.50 grams is important. A wrong planchet coin should always be authenticated by professionals. Condition is another key factor. Most 2018 D pennies have spots, scratches, dullness, or small marks from bags and rolls. But a coin that remains bright red, clean, and sharply struck can be much more attractive. If it also has a confirmed mint error, the value can rise dramatically. If you find a 2018 D Lincoln penny, check the D mint mark carefully. Look for doubling, weak letters, plating bubbles, off-center strike, missing details, and unusual weight. Study the shield reverse and rim. If something looks unusual, keep the coin safe and do not clean it. Most 2018 D pennies are only worth 1 cent. But the rare examples, the dramatic error coins, wrong planchet strikes, and certified high-grade survivors, can become far more interesting. And now comes the final price reveal. A rare 2018 D Lincoln 1 cent penny error coin with a right minting mistake, strong condition, and professional authentication could possibly reach around $49,290. The 2012 D Lincoln penny is the kind of coin that proves a modern date does not automatically mean low value. It looks like ordinary pocket change, but collectors know the Denver Mint can produce hidden surprises. One small error, one strange weight, or one perfect grade example can completely change the story. The D Mint mark under the date means this penny was struck at the Denver Mint. In 2012, millions of Lincoln cents were made for everyday circulation. Most were spent quickly, tossed into jars, or forgotten in rolls. Very few people stopped to inspect them closely. But that is exactly how valuable errors survive. People overlook them. Stay with this coin until the end, because the final price reveal for a rare 2012 D Lincoln penny error coin may surprise anyone who thinks modern pennies are never worth checking. A normal 2012 D Lincoln penny is made from copper-plated zinc and weighs about 2.50 grams. That weight is important because it helps identify whether the coin was struck on the correct planchet. If the weight is far from 2.50 grams, it may suggest damage, a plating issue, or a possible wrong planchet error. The reverse of the coin shows the Union shield. It is a bold, modern design with strong vertical lines. These lines are important because they make certain errors easier to notice. Weak areas, struck through details, die cracks, and plating problems can stand out clearly against the shield. One error collectors search for is the off-center strike. This happens when the planchet is not properly centered in the press. Part of the coin design shifts away, and blank space may appear. If the date and Denver Mint mark remain visible, the coin becomes more collectible. Another possible error is a die crack or die chip. A die crack appears as a raised line on the coin. A die chip can look like a small raised blob of metal. On a 2012 D penny, collectors may inspect the shield, Lincoln's face, the date, and the lettering for these details. Modern zinc pennies can also show plating errors. The copper layer is thin, and sometimes it can bubble, split, peel, or expose zinc. Some plating issues are not rare, but dramatic examples with strong visual appeal can still attract attention. A wrong planchet error is much rarer. If a 2012 D cent was struck on a blank intended for another denomination or foreign coin, the size, weight, or thickness would not match. This is the kind of error that must be authenticated, but if confirmed, it can bring serious collector interest. Condition plays a major role too. A coin with scratches or corrosion is usually not valuable, but a bright red, sharply struck, high-grade example with a real error becomes much more powerful. Collectors love coins that combine rarity with eye appeal. If you find a 2012 D Lincoln penny, check the mint mark, edge, surface, date, shield, and weight. Compare it with the official 2.50 grams. Look for off-center design, plating splits, die cracks, struck through areas, or wrong planchet clues. Most 2012 D pennies are common, but a rare mint error with strong condition and certification can turn an ordinary 1-cent coin into a serious collector piece. And now comes the final price reveal. A rare 2012 D Lincoln 1-cent penny error coin, with the right mint mistake, certification, and collector demand, could possibly reach around $67,200. The 2013 Lincoln penny may look too new to matter, but that is exactly why many people ignore it. It does not have the age of a wheat penny, it does not have the copper weight of older cents, and it does not look rare at first glance. But in coin collecting, value can hide in the smallest modern details. The 2013 Lincoln cent carries Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the front and a Union shield on the reverse. It is a modern penny with a simple purpose, everyday circulation. But collectors know that even coins made for daily use can escape the mint with unusual errors. And stay until the end, because the final price reveal for this 2013 Lincoln penny shows why even newer cents deserve a second look. A normal 2013 Lincoln penny weighs about 2.50 grams and is made from copper-plated zinc. The zinc core makes it lighter than older copper cents from before 1982. That weight is one of the first things collectors check. If the coin weighs too much or too little, it may be damaged, or it may point toward a minting mistake. The most exciting errors on modern pennies often come from the planchet or plating. Since the coin is copper-plated zinc, plating bubbles, splits, peeling, or exposed zinc can appear. Some are minor, but dramatic mint-made examples can make the coin more interesting. Another error to watch for is the off-center strike. If the blank planchet was not centered correctly, the design may shift. A strong off-center error with the date visible can catch collector attention quickly. Collectors also search for die cracks and die chips. These appear as raised lines or raised blobs caused by damage to the die. On a shield cent, a die crack running through the shield or lettering can be visually interesting. The rarest possibility is a wrong planchet error. If a 2013 penny was struck on a blank mint for another coin, the weight, diameter, or thickness would not match the standard 2.50 grams. This type of error should be professionally authenticated because it can be very valuable if real. Condition matters as much as the error. A damaged penny is not automatically valuable. Scratches, corrosion, cleaning, and heat damage usually reduce value. But a clean, bright red, sharply struck coin with a real mint error can become much more desirable. If you find a 2013 Lincoln penny, do not throw it aside too quickly. Check the date, mint mark area, rim, edge, surface, and shield. Weighed against 2.50 grams. Look for plating errors, off-center strike, struck through details, die cracks, and wrong planchet signs. Most 2013 pennies are worth only 1 cent. But a rare certified error with strong condition and collector demand can become a surprising modern discovery. And now comes the final price reveal. A rare 2013 Lincoln 1 cent penny error coin with a right minting mistake, condition, and authentication could possibly reach around $88,000.